Well, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of the Dresden Files on a weird. And last week's episode ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. And I know everyone's very anxious to get into it, so I'm going to postpone that with a cold open. So, what's going on? What's going on now? You better have pencils because you're going to probably want to write little things down as we go here. It is May. Yeah, I'll lend you one paper if you've got one sheep. If you got one sheep, I'll sell you a paper. Perfect. You got the wood? Yeah, perfect. So, it is May 13th, a Friday. Not a word you people have been using. You have your own language, which we're going to translate to English, because that's the way the Marvel Universe works. Haha. You are currently standing by the side of what you call Bear River, Big Bear River. It is a full moon tonight, and you have been told by the leader of your band that a sacrifice needs to be made to what is known as the Ogopogo. When you look at yourself, you realize here and now that in this dream, you're not you. Your hands are not your hands. And this is not your time. Because it's the year 900. And you are standing on Okanagan Lake. You are the natives who need to make a sacrifice to the Ogopogo. Now you have till tonight to decide what you're going to sacrifice. So you best start asking questions and making plans. Sure, you want to... Yeah, the chief stands behind you and he goes, "This is a very important thing we have to do. We have to sacrifice to the Ogopogo or we will all perish. You four are the wisest of us. You have been creative. You have been the ones who have sorted out the spirits before. And now you must sort out this spirit now. The spirit of the lake, the Ogopogo, demands a sacrifice, or else we may all perish." You would be the Squamish people, I imagine. Yes. Yeah. You're like, "I'm Algonquin." Wrong area. Log driver song? Yeah. Because you will get down on the river. And when it's all started, you'll do it again. You're asking this to the chief? It can be both or neither, but it has to be one. It has to be something that the spirit of the lake will accept. This is why I leave it up to you to decide these things. One second. What is Excalibur, and what is this sword you have? Oh, so somehow the English have crossed the seas, and no, you don't have Excalibur. Put that away. You have a galaxy far, far away. All right. Each of you have various things that you can. Each of you have various things that you can sacrifice if you want. Either that's cattle, that's the meats you've hunted. That could be statues. There could be a human sacrifice, a sacrifice of children, maybe sacrifice of dead bodies, right? Yeah, yet again, yeah, straight up across the board, average. Yeah. Alfred, roll a defense. Add 0. That's not even Alfred. Leo, roll a defense. Oh. All right, Alfred, roll a defense. Well, that's a shift of 2. You know, yeah. I Are you asking this before or after you had your head cudgeled? Before? Yeah. So you turn away from the party. You turn away from the party and go, would a human sacrifice be the wise decision? And those 2 motherfuckers just club you. Technically, you're all First Nations right now. You're all First Nations right now. All right. I'm white with blue eyes. That's me. I'm also Irish, so whatever. Yeah, so we're going after Jordan next. All right, so let's make this quick. Let's quick this up. What are you putting on the float out to the middle of the lake? Okay. Okay, what are you doing, Brandon? Okay. Oh, God. Blood, cum, and tears. It's too late. There's no backsies. All right. So shock, but shocks people with words, puts blood, cum, and tears of babies. Blood. Tears. I'm trying to write, dude. I'm literally trying to write this shit down. Okay. Okay, what did you say you were putting, Brandon? Corn? Yeah. Okay. Bull. So we've got we've got the body of a bull, berries and nuts and stuff like that, like the fruits of the land, basically, is what yours is. Awesome. Jordan's got the dead bloody brother, his brother. So Alfred has become, well, not Alfred, Leo's character has become the sacrifice. and tears of an unborn baby. Okay, perfect. That is a hell of a sacrifice. So this is all put out when? At what time of the day? Perfect. So the whole tribe gathers around, and tribes from other areas across the riverbank, you see them sending out flaming pyres with like massive amounts of like bags of like grain and stuff and meat, and you see like a live goat, just a single goat tied to a raft, going out into the lake as well, and yours all go out, and everyone's like very pleased with the choices you've made. However, Leo, just as you get to the center, you come to consciousness on the raft. And you see the moonlight above you, the full moon, and the clouds clear out as a dark shadow rises out of the water and looks down on you. Its double jaw opens, its inner jaw comes out, and you hear something in a language. It's speaking some sort of language that echoes and booms and fills the lake. You hear the chanting of the tribes on both sides of the river stop as the creature comes down and devours you. And that's the opening to this session. Da, 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 carry on, my wayward sons! Yeah, I did it. You said it. All right, cue the music as we're on a boat. Wow. Two of us are on a boat. There's a voice out there calling me. There's a place that I'll always be. And down the road, I'll be there again. Just take a look. Something, something, I'll be your friend. Maybe tomorrow I'll settle down. Bum, bum, maybe tomorrow, but I'll just keep moving on. That's the Littlest Hobo theme. Yeah. Don't push me. I know my shit. You don't get to play me, boys. All right. I will fight you. You want to do the House Hippos commercial? I will fight you. All right. So, two of us are on a boat with Fae girls facing the Ogopogo, while two of us are currently sitting in a car, a little drunk. You find yourself, Jean-Claude, in the trunk of the car, kind of shaking off the... I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you at all. I know, I'm so bad at this. It's too much Anita Blake. That's what it is. No, you're fine. Sort of. Oh. So until he gets back on the boat in the full moon on May 14th, the second full moon of the season of the day, you know, full moons are in threes, right? You are now in the fullest of moons. And the Ogopogo has risen out of the water and said, "Why has Monarch come to one of my cities?" Yeah, so you're still in the car on the right outside the Chateau Laurier. You're in the car with Bob right now. But Jordan and Brandon's characters, no, you don't see it. You're just in the car listening to whatever you're listening to. What are you listening to? You're listening to the Macarena, an appropriately chosen song for the decade. It's totally not out of date in 2016. Perfect. Zune. Classic. Yeah, your Sony MP3 Walkman. Oh, God. All right. So, you want to say something there, Jean-Paul? Connecting audio, apparently. There's a setting in your thing to turn your microphone up. Did you mess with your volume settings? It's always amusing when things go terribly off schedule. No, nothing. Oh. You're starting to pick up. It sounds like your microphone is in the TV room. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. It's starting to. It's echoey as shit, but it's getting better. Oh, this is now working. We can hear you clearly. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Jean Paul, Alfred, you are in the Mercedes outside the Chateau Laurier, right? The Fairmont Chateau Laurier. What are you guys doing? And you don't. Why? You don't know where anyone is. Yeah, you have no idea where anybody is. The only person you know is Alfred. Well, you don't know that, but yeah, that's what's going on. Your character just went out to the car. Go check on Jean Paul and make sure he's okay. No, they got totally tied up in fey fuckery. That's literally what happened. They fell into the trap hard. It's a trap! See? Uh-huh. All right, I need the both of you to roll a alertness. You and Jean Paul. Okay. You got a 1? All right. So while you're in the car and Jean Paul's kind of rambling and laughing and being silly, you notice a bunch of what looks like Chinese businessmen leaving the what's it called, the Chateau Laurier, and as they're leaving, you notice just a bit of shadiness about them. Just the clothing they're wearing looks a little bit like it's from the 60s. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like proper up-to-date businessman attire. 60s, like Chinese. Like, yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Right when China started like picking up Western styles and doing like weird stuff with it, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can roll again now that he's pointing it out if you want. What'd you get? 2? That's actually really good. Okay, that's like the sight zoned in, and you're like, holy shit! So you see these 4 guys, and they're like getting into a car, and the car has like a Chinese ambassador license plate on it. But yet again, license plates, the stickers on it are up to date. You can see Jean Paul, but the plate looks like it's from the fucking 60s. Like it's an original fucking license plate that they've just been updating and updating and updating. Yeah, that's an awesome looking Sammy. Yeah. Well, you all right, so you two see these guys. They're getting in their car. The car's starting up. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. A little DVDA for your entertainment. Double driver, double Ambassador? No, I'm talking double driver, double ambassador, DVDA. What are you talking about? Yeah, the shocker. Shocker Spock. Oh, okay. Bus driver? Yeah. So did you catch that, Leo? All right, so one of you needs to roll a drive. Leo, you're in the seat. Are you going to push him out, John? Volus. Volus. All right, roll a drive. You throw it in gear before he has a chance to do anything. He rolled a 3. So you roll a 3 to follow them, which does quite well. You tail them at just the perfect distance. You roll. So you begin following these businessmen, and they start heading across the way towards Vanier. Meanwhile, on the ship, Jack and Volus and the 2 Fey girls stand face to face, well, in separate rooms, with the Ogopogo. Yes, very. It's not very clear whether Kaylee, I do believe, Colleen, if Colleen is male or female. Yeah, you've got a Twinkie they on your lap. All right, you want to give us a response there, Volus, and then we'll go to see what Jack's doing. Okay. All right. So you say that, and you hear, "The Lunarians have not been in this land for many a eon, nor do they come to the northern cities. You have come here without a sacrifice." Now, down in the lower deck, the booming, echoing vibration of the boat, and this voice from up top. Is your vision still open, or did you close that? Okay. All right. So what are you doing, Jack? Okay. Yep. Six. Well, as the bed begins drawing you in, you feel its essence upon you, and you take your mind and you begin splitting it into different parts. There's the part that feels the draw, then there's the part that is your self-conscious, and then there's the layers you start putting between your self-conscious and the draw. You get 3 layers before you notice the bed no longer is reaching your mind. And you're completely freed from it. You can act as you see fit. All the mirages, the minor illusions that are going on have completely dropped. The cleanliness of the room has disappeared. The Fey Girls features have become more fey than even before. Like, her ears are that much more long. Her eyes are that much more piercing. Like, all the glamour she had done to hide and make herself look more common and colloquial is gone. You have become fully cogent in seeing what's going on now. Yeah. And she was hiding it. Yeah. So, in this one, even her breast size has kind of reduced a little bit. Like, she was very much putting it on. Oh, I don't see why you'd want that, but... And you just, like, push her off and, like, stand up? Because, like, she's, like, leaning on you, like, breast to shoulder. Yes, many men have told me that. Sorry, I was distracted by your eyes. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. She takes the majority of it and gets knocked back towards the speaker system and everything, and hits into it and bangs her head, and she begins crying and then shifts immediately to anger and how dare you! How dare you do this to me! Ah! And we'll go back up on top of deck, and the Colleen, who's on your lap, gets up and goes, I have brought you, great Ogopogo, these gifts, O Lord of the Lake, creature of the sea, Lord of Greater Canada. I have brought you this man and his compatriot who will soon be in the thralls of our partner, so that we may have land and be given strength to this great... You want to do something? You want to do something there, Volus? What is this gift you bring? She goes, stop! I offer him as sacrifice, sword and all. He tries to use his weapon as a gift. And she pulls out a knife and tries to stab you as sacrifice. She gets a 4. You have to defend against that. Yep. You get a 5. Okay, that's a shift. You can defend yourself, no problem with that. Yeah. Yeah. Give me another might roll. Plus, if you want to use an aspect to get her a little further, you're welcome to it. Yeah, she got a 4. Use a fate point. Okay, that just to bring you just over hers. Fantastic. In using the fate point, you grab her by the yeah. In doing so, you have her by the wrist. You just chuck her overboard. She splash. Face down, right onto her. You see the Ogopogo bite and chew on her. Oh, take a fate point back. Meanwhile, under the deck, in the bedroom, what are you doing, Jordan? Mm-hmm. Right as you say that, the boat moves with the waves as something dives into the water and out. You feel the boat going crazy, and you see her reach for a weapon. What's your alertness? Yeah. Total. She gets to go first. She stabs into you. That's 4. So 2. You got to roll defense. What are you using for a weapon? Mm-hmm. 4. That's a shift. You can do something before your attack. That's perfect. You're 2 higher than her on that. So you're defended. You can do a shift so that you can move around or position yourself to get a better thing. All right, you can do your attack now. Yeah. Oh. Sure. All right, so you do that. I'll do this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Did you just text me, Brandon? Okay, then what the heck was that? Oh, I'm gonna put my phone on silent. Phone on silent. Should have been on silent the whole time. All right. That kills her. She's dead. Yeah. Yeah. You get the impression that they weren't terribly powerful. Right? They were using a lot of tricks to try and do a big thing here. Alright, do you want to go up on deck? You can hear the Ogopogo. You can hear the creature outside talking again, which... Okay. So... Yeah. So, Jack killed the one downstairs, and Volus sacrificed the one upstairs to the Ogopogo. Volus grabbed her by the wrist and threw her in the lake. And Jack fucking killed the one that was trying to seduce him and possibly sacrifice him from the boat. So you clean the thing and you're going to come upstairs? You start hearing the Ogopogo talking. Meanwhile, up on the deck, this sacrifice is pleasing to me, but is hardly enough to satiate from Monarch. for I know you people will cause much distress to one of my great cities. If you were to make a good sacrifice, I would wait a long time. But if it is not a great sacrifice, then I shall come for you and remove you myself. Okay, at this point, Jack, you start walking up and you see him on the corner of your eyes. You see this giant sea serpent, just like long snout, double jaw, talking in this impossible voice, and you see Volus standing there with in the moonlight, bartering, and like obviously the other Fae isn't there; they're gone, right? So one could only assume something's happened. You throw it. The Ogopogo looks at you and goes, I am not some piddly pet to be fed scraps to. I will not eat this creature. There has been much trash thrown into this river. Yeah. Well, the DM is here for Leo. What do you need, Leo? Yeah. So he's calling himself the Ogopogo, or they called him the Ogopogo, right? So, yeah. The Winnebago. Well, kind of meta. Do you want to ask him what he calls himself? Okay, so kind of meta, like, player input, but yeah. So, first you asked about the vampire thing, but do you want to, like, just interject that question? I will answer the first question second, and the second question first. Many have called me different things. Ogopogo, the world serpent. I have even been called Bahamut, for I am a giant creature of the lake, and of the seas, and of the stars. But I make my residence here, and among other great masses and peoples. Wherever there are those who are willing to sacrifice, I will be there. As for will I eat a filthy, disgusting vampire? No. But you have said you have other such enemies, and maybe they will make a worthy sacrifice. And he slowly sinks back into the water. Nothing. I would like to offer Volus a fate point. I would like to offer Volus a fate point. You can take it or not, but you're the kind of guy who rages out, and he's talking back, and you save the day. Go for it. What is that you're trying to do there? The guy weighs like 50 pounds more than you. There's some headbutting going on right in here. He said he would eat your enemies. He said you have many enemies. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So yes, we will jump back to that while these two are bickering on the boat. We might return to them on the dock, still arguing. Uh, Volus just got a new cell phone. I don't know if Jack does. I don't think Jack does. Volus has a cell phone, for sure. Yeah. You didn't give the number over? Yeah. Yeah. No, Jean-Paul has a stone tablet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could ask. Go ask. Well, you got to say something to me. Hey, I'm here. What's up? What can I do for you? Hey, okay, all right. Hold on a second. Here's his number. And he lists off a phone number. It's 727-8449. That's his number, bud. Here it is. Actually, I punched it up. All you got to do is touch the screen, and I'll call him. Bring. Your phone starts ringing on your side normally. On Jean-Paul's side, bring. Yeah, you're standing on the deck, like, arguing with... Yeah, right now, you're... No, they're both in the front seats, but, like, Alfred's driving. And when you look at it, it looks like an iPhone 6, right? So stop, Volus. When he grabs the phone and starts talking, you hear, we're having an interruption over here, Viking guy. Something's going on. I'll get right back to you. And you hear a secondary voice come through like that. And then when you're holding the phone, you see like connection error. Alfred, when you're looking at the phone, it just says connection error. Hey, you're back. Hey, 1 second. I'll reconnect you. Just give me a second. Bring. Your phone starts ringing again, Volus. Okay, so me in the car, Alfred, you see they pull up to a really nice residence. All the hedges are very well trimmed. There's a very large gate. There's a gate guy, and he lets the vehicle come in. You now have the address to where they went. On the other side of the... They drove across the E.B. Eddy Bridge. You're crossing the Quebec side right now. Yeah. Yeah, you see the gate guard kind of looks over and you guys drive away. So they're back at the they're at the Chateau Laurier. So and meanwhile, you guys are on the Ottawa River. You guys are in the boat in the Ottawa River. You got to get back to the Rideau Canal behind the Chateau Laurier. Wait, are you not talking in an Asian accent? I love you. I love you, Leo, man. You're good people. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a fate point. Yeah. All right. So you guys make it to the front of the Chateau Laurier. You guys, I need someone to roll a drive on that boat because it's not magically enchanted anymore. You have Viking life. You can invoke Viking life. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got a 3? That's more than enough. That is more than enough to get that ship back. At this point, though, you and Jack have definitely had a spat. You've put it aside. Jack, you can take a fate point as well. For putting up with that. And you guys head back to the Rideau Canal. Some of the Rideau Canal has those little gates that open and close to let water in and out. So you guys, the locks, yeah. There's the locks there, so you got to kind of fudge your way through them, which they seem to be all open right now to allow you through. But now that it's not controlling itself, you've got to be very careful. So a 3 is more than enough. With the 3, you make it no problem. But you get back to where they had that tiny little dock by the Chateau Laurier. You tie off to that. And you walk off the dock, the two of you. You keep the keys? Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I'll give it to him because if he fails, the boat just floats off and he gets his buddy to help and they tie it off anyway. So there's no interesting thing that could really happen if he fails. You know what I mean? So anyway, you guys, I'm assuming, meet up at the front. And I need Alfred and Jack to roll an alertness or an empathy if you have it. Do you have empathy there, Bob? Yes. I think you got 2. I just need Alfred and Jean-Paul to roll it. Yeah. So. Yes. Yeah. So. Yeah, you would roll with the pluses from empathy. Read people if you have it. You got 4? All right. So you notice body language to Jack. Yeah, awesome. You notice body language to Jack and Volus. They are not walking side by side. They're not talking. And looks very upset. I'm a very modern man, I accept. You both go sit in the back seat and cross your arms. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So you took over driving, Jean-Paul, right? You roll. Okay. You make it to the monastery. It looks closed up, but they have just on the other side of their little fence. There's a guy there, and he lets you in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. What do you have for weapons? Point wise, 1. Okay. So yeah. So you have a total of 1 plus a gun would give you a +2, right? So when you use a gun, you would have a total of 3. No, Jean-Paul. Yeah. You still have your sword. You didn't toss it in the lake, hopefully. You tossed it in the lake? He watched it sink. He shook his head. Yeah. He accepted it. Okay. Roll for me posthumously. It would be a presence or a perform or a rapport Or maybe even a resource to convince him that a sword is worthy of his time. You've got... Yeah, either conviction or a performance or presence or rapport would be any of those. Yeah, presence. -1. Just posthumously, kind of meta, back, rewind 30 seconds. I guess that's okay. To now. Yes. Well, you owe him bodies or sacrifice. Who knows what creative thing you may do. All right. Mm-hmm. So you take one of Jean-Paul's guns then? Okay. The Fey knife is made out of silver. The Fey knife is a silver knife of beautiful design with gems in the hilt. Mm-hmm. Yes. I would list it as sacrificial Fey knife. And Jordan, if you took one off the girl, she had the exact same knife as well. Yeah. It's just still on the boat. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So it's late at night. The moon is full. It's like 2, almost 3. I would say it's 4 a.m. at this point. Right? And you're planning to go into the monastery? Mm-hmm. So, we're heading on to the 15th. So, we're on a Sunday. It's Sunday the 15th. 4 a.m. You've been up all night. Yeah. Yeah. It's the middle of summer. It's May. Well, May, June, July, right? So it's May. May 3rd. It is, yeah. You did the Friday. You've done the Saturday. And now you're in the morning of the 15th. Roll a lore, somebody. Oh, yes. I too need a beer now that you've said that out loud. We are all doing a beer run. So 3 and 3. Nobody knows whether the... Yeah, so that's not high enough either. Fuck you. So, okay. It's true. He's a something. So, You may have been drunk at the time, Bob. Honey, Cheryl, baby, why don't you ever cook this for me? And that's why she didn't talk to you for a week. It's true, he showed me. Listen, get out of here with your wet markets and your live monkey shit. We're moving on. Moving forward. So, stay away from the bats. That's the important one. They got those giant, like, people-sized bats. Have you seen those? They're crazy. Yeah. Have you? All right, so Corona. So he's got big Rona. Okay, so you rolled. You got really low. You didn't get high enough to know about a secret. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's going on? What do you need from good old Kevin? Uh-huh. 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 Okay. Uh-huh. Well, everything I know about the Jade Vampires has been written down in all the old books. I'll tell you one thing about them. They use emissaries, and they've never been seen and documented, although there is legends of corpses literally standing up and walking around, and apparently they hop. Everything I got on here shows them hopping. There was an old movie in 1974 called Chinese Vampire Story, and it shows them hopping around, but it also shows them being like spirit beings, so it's really hard to tell which is fact and which is fiction. But I'll tell you this about them. In the story, they're more spirit-based. From everything I can tell, their new best friend, that they're kind of closer to the White Court. They're kind of like you. You're all right. You are all right. Mm-hmm. So everything that Kevin's spouting is stuff you know. Is literally like everything that's known about the Jade Court is like from mythology. No one's seen them. There's no actual like wizard records or written records about them. It's just these old myths. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the Jianxi. That's all they know, right? From Big Joe, the one you got from Big Joe. So, So Jordan has it. If anyone has it, it's Jordan's character would have it. Mm-hmm. All right, so you're putting on the necklace, Leo? Alfred's putting it on? So it would give you a good on conviction. Yeah, it'll bring, if you have no conviction, it'll bring you up to good. Yeah, so you can use that to roll if someone tries to like mind whammy you. It gives you that +3. What's that, Bob? Okay. So, all right. So, you want to go downstairs into the basement? You want to risk it all? Mm-hmm. The door itself, when you open your sight, gives off a magical aura. There seems to be a protection spell, and it goes beyond the door to the walls and seems to be this all-encompassing glowing. There seems to... Yeah. It seems as though the monks have put some magic into this. Like, even though we said it's locked down, there's no problem. He's being nonchalant. They had done things to stop it from just leaving. Right? As he's saying this and you're looking, I need you to roll an alertness to see past this. You need to see past this warding, so you've got to roll an alertness. Mm. 3. Okay. So upon doing that, you take your mind and you have the layers that you've set up inside your mind, divvying up pieces and portions. And you take the section of your mind that's seeing this layer and you split that off. And you tell your mind in the next piece that that layer isn't there. It's never been there. And you believe it fully and completely. And with that layer gone, you see what looks like 2 figures, one standing and one sitting. And the one that's sitting is emanating quite a lot of power. Yeah. Yes. And upon doing that as well, just as you start seeing the vampire, you split your mind off again to not see either of those two. And you split it a 3rd time and a 4th time because there's a pin of power you can see. But it's not coming through clear. It's being hazed up by everything. And it takes many layers of your mind. You get to a 5th layer where you're trying to tell yourself nothing exists except this pin. Not my life, not any of the decisions I've made, not any of the people in the room. None of this exists. At that 5th layer, it becomes clear that something is buried in the ground. You see that there's something buried underneath the ground there in a box. And even the box itself is magic. But there's something there, and you. At this point, you're inching towards breaking your mind to try and focus and see what's in the box. Yeah, You're so deep into this, like it takes you a second to pull it back layer from layer from layer and removing all the noise that is reality. Yep, center of the room. Yeah, center of the room, floor. Also, just seeing, doing the layers of sight like that, um, and like separating stuff like that, it really makes you feel fatigued. So that I didn't see that coming. You can take a fate point, but you feel really fucked having pushed your sight that far. Mm-hmm. Which, upon saying that, you hear a, "I've come to talk to you. Are you standing outside the door?" "The master would like to talk to you. If you do not have a minute and so, we would talk about a few things." "Okay. I have been told that he will accept your surrender." I will be back with your information. Just give a second. So a couple of seconds go by of just quiet. And you hear what sounds like a crash and a bang. And then another bang and another crash. Okay. Give me a might. So in human strength, I can tell you in a second. Yeah. So if you're doing like lifting or kicking, so if you're doing like bruising strength, it's a +1 to what you're rolling, right? Yeah, I'm kind of looking at inhuman strength right now. Yeah, so bull strength. Where is hammer? So improve lifting whenever you're breaking inanimate things. You gain a +3 to might, so it's actually +3. Yeah, you kick in the door slams against the wall and comes back a little bit and then flops a bit. What are you doing? So that's your move. Okay, that is your move. All right. So Bob, what are you doing? What is John Paul doing? All right, give me an alertness. 2. Okay. 3. All right. So you see in the room what looks like things being tossed. There's barrels of alcohol that have been tossed and cracked open. There's like a coffin that's standing upright. There's boxes and crates that are being smashed. All right, you fire into the coffin. Roll me a weapons. Weapons +3. It's whatever it is total. Sure. Sure, it's fine on the floor. If it's a plus, it's fine. +2 because you have a gun. You're using a gun. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That was all with the alertness. He gets. So he got a 7. What did you get? Breaks even. He just defends. You fire into the coffin. As you're firing into the coffin. As you're firing into the coffin, you see he's standing behind it, and you are in line with him, but you're mistakenly shooting at the coffin. So use your fate point to get above the coffin and shoot him. So you're just doing a +2? Alright, you hit him. You hit him, so that is a difference of 2. So he takes that. Cool. Alright, Leo, what are you doing? Volus isn't dazed. He kicked the door. That was his move. No, he'll be next. I'll consider it all the same room, the foyer area, like the bottom of the stairs before you go into the room. I'll consider the surgery room. I consider that all the same room, so you're not leaving an area. So, 40 by 40 by 9. 40 feet long, 40 feet wide by 9 feet high. It's a huge room, yeah. And when you look in there, you see what looks like filing cabinets, what looks like boxes of like all sorts of stuff, crates, like all sorts of shit down there. There's all sorts of shit down there. So you move up to him? Yeah, you're moving up to him though, right? Okay. You 7 as well? Yeah, he got exactly a 7. So it's even. You don't hit him. You okay? All right. An aspect. I will give the aspect of this room the one second. I will call it Stored Darkness. Yeah. Previously it was Thing in the Basement, but Stored Darkness can apply to the obstacles around it and stuff, right? Because it's a storage room. Also, it's dark. It's also dark in there, so... Yeah. Well, I probably shouldn't give my players the secrets to how they can apply it, but... Yeah. There is a hanging free aspect called Stored Darkness if you can figure a way to use it. But you only get to invoke it once. So whoever uses it first could be Jordan. Leo. Yeah, if you think you can use it to fit... Stored, yeah, because it's a storage room. And it's dark. Leo's got just a slightly nicer tan than me. I've noticed that about him. Leo? That's true. Alright. Conan O'Brien is as Scottish as it comes. He had a DNA test, and it was a... No, he's not. Look at that man. I denounce him as my brethren's. He can be the other island. All right. 'Tis my island. Ardy, ardy, ar, Lucky Charms. Give me your belt, Joe Rogan. Give me your belt. Give me your belt. Sharp right. Sharp right. Give me your belt. Quick left. Quick left. Shop S-Mart. All right. Leo, you come up, you attack him. It balances out. When you swing at him, he kind of almost shifts where he's standing. It doesn't make sense how fast he moves to the left. Oh, of course. The speed at which he moves, it's impressive. All right, Jordan. Excuse me. Got hiccups out of nowhere. Jack Sloan, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, when the Wudan fighter heard that there was a weapon in here, he went and informed his master, obviously, and they began smashing shit to find the weapon. Yeah, there's like rum casks and stuff like that. Like it smells like ethanol in here now. Cause fuck these monks. Fireball! Into the stored darkness. All right, what are you power gamers doing right now? Okay. Okay. Roll it. Okay. Roll it. Roll an alertness, bud. 3. Do you want to add stored darkness to it? Because it's stored stuff. Okay, so that brings you to a 5. Fantastic. You can also add aspect. Smells like ethanol in here. So I'm going to put a star on that one. Stored darkness now costs a fate point to use, but it's there. Oh, that one's a free one now. Smells like. Yeah, because Jordan's was high enough to create an aspect. Also, another aspect that was created with that roll, a free aspect, is this place is a tinderbox. So there are now 2 new aspects from rolling that high that are available. Smells like ethanol, looks like this place is a tinderbox. Right? There's paper everywhere. There's now like high concentration alcohol spilled on the floor, and you notice that it's like wood rafters above. Right? It's a dangerous place to be, and there's a vampire right there. Alright? So, you got something you want. So, Jordan, where are you standing? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's your whole move? Well, you moved into the room, you looked around, you can do a thing. So that's a move, a look, and an action would be your whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got a 2? He got a 9. Passed your 2. And so you 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 3 shifts above you. He's going to create an aspect. And with a shift, he's going to tell his Woodan guy to close the door. So the Woodan guy, who's standing by the door, just pushes it and holds it closed. And yeah, he's right beside you. Like, he literally just reaches his arm out and closes it. Everyone's in the room at this point. Well, are you standing in the door? The doorway's right at your back. So, yeah, it's in. Volus is standing there. You've moved in. Jack's moved in. So, at which point, let's see what he can do. He has a thing. Oh, that's really good. So, he shoulders the door, and if you're in the way, you have to resist a 7 to not be pushed into the other room and separated from the group. Any way you can defend, athletics, anything. Weapon, what? Yeah, so might, so you can, with might, there's a good one, but you might end up knocked back, ultimately. Inhuman strength gives you, so both strength, roll, and might, whenever you're using it, you can join with grappling. So this technically be a grappling, and it'd only give you a +1. Yeah, it gives you a +1 on whatever you're rolling. Yeah. +1. 2 + 2, so 4. So he does 7, so 4, 5, 6. So he it's still a shift above you. You're knocked back. So you're moved like the 5 feet or 4 feet back into the other room beside Volus. And anybody who was in the doorway is now in the other side. So yeah, you and Volus are standing side by side now. Actually, roll in athletics to not just be knocked on your ass. Mm-hmm. That is more than enough to not be knocked on your ass. You slide back anime style. You slide back anime style and catch yourself on your feet. Well, you guys argued that you weren't, so I had to contend with that. Well, you kicked the door and didn't say you moved in. So that's fair. And then Jean-Paul, instead, he stepped into the doorway and fired. And then Alfred ran in and slashed at the vampire. And right? And then Jack requested a surrender. Came into the room and requested a surrender. But he said he was beside the door and not outside of it. Right? So the only person who got hit and knocked back is Jean-Paul. So now it's Alfred and Jack in the room, Volus and Jean-Paul outside of the room, separated from the group. The party has been split. And the Woodan guy's holding the door now. Roll an alertness. There was an elevator at the back of the room you saw, which is where you think they load everything from. So there's a separate elevator. In the back of the room, the door itself is a wooden door, yes. The back of the room has what looks like a elevator, like a storage type elevator. That might be pretty old, but it's probably how they're getting all these crates in and out of here without using the stairs. The door in front of you? 10 pounds? It's a door. Inch and a half. It's an inch and a half door with a deadbolt and a handle that's got a key. There's a key for both of them. You broke the latch when you did it. You just booted the door is what you did. So you can't do anything yet because my guy rolled quite a bit higher. He rolled, I do believe, a 9. And he's doing his 9 stuff. So he created an aspect. He got Buddy Guy to close the door. And then it's going to be the Woodan guys next after Jordan. Because Jordan, that's all. I always get confused with this game because it's attack and defend and attack. You know what I mean? So it fucks me up a little bit. It's a new system. I'm doing my best. Try and be fair with this. So the next guy who would go would actually be the Woodan guy. It'd be his turn. And he is going to take some stuff that he sees on the ground and jam the door closed. Like, try and put stuff under the door handle to keep it from opening. And... that doesn't count for nothing. That is really, really fucking good. That's a 5. He jams the door, and you have to beat a 5 to kick the door in next time. So I'm going to write that down. Door is now a 5 to kick in. Yeah, you guys will figure this out, I'm sure. But they're going to try and do some shitty things now. It's the vampire's turn. All right. He's going to emit psychic control, which gives him a plus. There's got to be more. 1 second. 1 second. Stop yelling. You stop yelling at me. Stop being mean to me. Oh. Yeah, you're going to have to. Okay, so that gets him a +4. Okay. He rolls a 6 on psychic control. And he says to the 2 people in the room, he says, "You've always wanted to be my slaves. My name is Shiju. My name is Shiju, and you will now follow me." So he says his name. How would you know if it's his true name? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not his real name. It's just a title. Yeah, Shiju. Yeah. All right, so he rolled, like I said, a 6. So you'd have to resist that somehow. He's hitting your mental, your conviction. So you would roll a conviction to resist. Right? So now you have him, because of the amulet, Leo, Alfred has a +3 to resist this. Yeah. Do you want to use a fate point to bolster that? This is the time to spend a fate point. You have options for Leo. You have the Wandering Monk. Try to exorcising all ghosts. Skills aren't enough, so you could probably use skills aren't enough. Yeah. So you could spend a fate point with that personality, that aspect, and get yourself to a 7. So spend the fate point. Cool. You resist this. This overwhelming psychic sense hits your mind. And for the first time in a long time, Alfred, you feel a presence in ton cabeza. It's a vu cabeza. That's something else, right? It's crazy. The echoing, the presence. It's unnatural. It's demonic. It's everything you've ever fought presented to you as a person coming at you in this very moment. The echoing of your own language and the control, and you resist it. And you feel the necklace step up and make the difference and walk even further than your own conviction and become a shield for your mind and stop this thing from taking you over. Jack, what'd you roll? What's your It's too late. We already did it. Yeah. Okay. 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 11. What do you want to do? You want to like throw some psychic shit back at him? What are you trying to do here? And when you say that, when you're like, no, he takes a step back and he goes, oh, I see we have a wizard here. All right, so that's his move. And we start back from the top. Brandon, what do you want to do? Sure. The other three hinges? Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll in athletics. We're rolling athletics to see if he's got the speed to kick the door down too or something. Did you already use Touched by Valhalla? Okay. Okay. So you can do that. You can spend a fate point and add to that there. Yeah. So what happens is if you have fate, fate points to power aspects, right? That's how that works. No, you've already bought it. So what you're doing now is you're invoking an aspect with a fate point to give yourself the +2, because you can't use the fate point raw. You need an aspect that's attached to it. Yeah. 0. Yeah. The door the door flies open with that. You beat with the shotgun and the kicking of the door. Yeah, it opens. Door flies open. You can see what looks like a Wudan fighter holding a pike ready to fight you, as well as a vampire who's standing with his hand outreached, wearing traditional like 1600 Chinese garb, long black jacket with a round hat, very traditional looking Chinese man. You know what I mean? Sharp features, piercing eyes. Looks smart. He looks like the kind of guy that's going to ruin your day. So that's what you're facing right now. Mm-hmm. That's your move. Bob, I don't think you need to run around and go down the other side. The door's open. The battering ram is named Volus. Who does? Sloan knows exactly where it is. And he told you guys where it was as well. Center of the room, under the floor. Okay. Fire. By the barrels, you mean the alcohol barrels, yeah? What's that? You fire into the barrels, they don't ignite or anything, but they start leaking. More alcohol begins flooding the room. You smell what smells like rice wine, sake, and rum, and whiskey, and just like this, it just starts very much smelling like trouble in here. All right. Do you want to move at all? Into the room, okay. Jack Sloan takes psychic damage. That's a joke. Alfred, it's your go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What'd you get? Yeah. He rolled the 9. I don't even have to use fate points with this dude. He's mean. He's a mean asshole. So, do you want to use a fate point and get above and try and hit him? Boom! Do it. That's so good. That's so fucking good. Yeah. You're like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Yeah. Nice. He tries to do that movement, that phase away, and you catch him, and it clips right across his nose, splitting his nose open. Just right across. Yeah. No. All right. Ooh. I'm feeling it. It's feeling real. All right. Up next after that. Do you want to move at all, Leo? Are you doing anything? Just like a 5-foot step kind of thing? Okay. All right. Jordan. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, it's been split like right to the like cheekbones. Oh, I would say that's definitely... This isn't going to cost you your move or anything, but just roll an alertness on that. 1. As far as you can tell, they're regular. You don't see any extra beyond that. Okay. Yeah. Do you remember what the priest said? That he lost control of him. His mind became free after a certain amount of time. Was it time? Was it distance? What was it? All right, anyway. Jordan, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. You already did a sensibility, so this would be your action. Okay. You reach out with the senses. Give me a roll. Whatever you think is applicable. Whatever gets you the highest bonus. Go for it. Mm-hmm. 5? You don't sense anything that comes close to blood or pus or stomach stuff. There's no fluids in his stomach. There's nothing in him from what you can sense. Okay. All right. The Wudan fighter is going to attack Jean-Paul. And he's going to come up and swing at Jean-Paul with a 4. He swings his pike. He wiggles it and fires it at you, still holding on to it to try and pierce you. So you would roll either weapons or athletics or something to resist it. In human strength, are you just going to grab the pike and try and stop him from hitting you with it? Okay. So this would be like a grappling, so it's a +1 with you in human strength. Huh? Yeah, so you would roll, you would add a +1. So in human strength gets you a +1 if you're grappling. No, in human strength, so 3 is if it's an inanimate object and not moving. Right? So where is it? In human strength. Improved lifting. Whenever you're breaking inanimate things, you get a +3 to your might score. Bruising strength. Roll a might at +1 whenever the skill is in conjunction with grappling. This also allows you to inflict a -2 stress hit on the opponent if you have a shift on them, right? Yeah. Perfect. So you don't stop him, so he's 2 above you. How would it be a 3+ whatever? Where you might +1. Might gives you a +1. Oh, his might is okay. Yeah. Okay. So 4. Okay. So you're one below. He's gonna hit you, and he'll do 1 physical stress on you. So you go to grab it, and instead of catching it right in the chest, you move it over to try and move it, and it catches you in the side and rips a bit your shirt and a bit of your just under your ribs. It just catches there, just barely grazing you, but still hitting. So where it says physical endurance, it's the first spot that says 1. You would fill that in. So you've taken 1 damage so far. Yeah. Well, you would go up to 6, wouldn't you? Some of them should be physical. You can go 1, 2, and 3. So you can take 3 damages before you take a consequence. All right. So that's the Wudan fighter. His move. The vampire now. All right. The vampire is going to focus specifically on the wandering monk who's coming at him. And he's going to push drain chi. He's going to try and do a chi drain on you. You would roll possibly, what does it say over here? Discipline to resist. You would roll a discipline to resist this. I will tell you, discipline, either concentration, emotional control, or mental defense. So this is kind of like if you're draining another vampire, but he's doing it to a person, right? So, yeah, so it actually surpasses your conviction. So this is just a straight roll. You can also, so you would have the amulet you're wearing. It would give you a +3. Yeah, so it'll bring it up to a 3. It'll also bring your discipline up to a 3, right? Yeah. So whatever you roll, yeah, you're rolling +3. 2. All right. So he rolled a 3. So you feel you will take a 1. You in your stress trackers, you have the numbers above where it says like 1 to 8. Scratch off the 1 there, because that's currently going to be your hunger discipline. Yeah. What you feel happen is your ability to resist suggestion, your urges, your ability to be you starts feeling like it's draining. Your very life essence is being drawn out of you. And you guys who are there can literally see him holding the green destiny. His hand starts dropping from the defensive position, and his eyes wander for a second as the vampire's hand reaches out to him. And if you can see magical energy, something's being literally drawn out of Alfred. Yes, it would smell very familiar. Yeah, you can go up to a 3. You can go 1, 2, 3. You can lose up to 3 here. Mm-hmm. All right, so now it's Brandon's turn. Volus, what are you doing? Yeah, he's fighting Jean-Paul right now, but you kicked the door in. Jean-Paul went in shooting and just got stabbed in the ribs. Yeah, sure. That would also be good here. Yeah, you've got Well Connected, Faith Like a Pillar, On My Honor, Fog of War, Viking Life, Pissed Off the Tilly Faye, Ban God of Tim? What is that? Man Out of Time. Well, I should add an E to the Yeah, I'll make that B into an M, and a new Monarch Field Agent is the other one. But yeah. Oh, should I start inflicting shit on you guys in the middle of combat? Should I start? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. What are we going to do? Morty, we're going to fuck him up bad. No, he's holding it. It stabbed into him and he grabbed it to stop it from going into his fucking chest. He was fucking quick with it. He almost got pierced. Like, things are getting crazy in here, man. Like, the smell in here smells like the place is going to go up if you do the wrong thing or make a spark. Like, Jean-Paul's been stabbed. Like you see Alfred's been mind controlled, or something's going on over there. Like, shit's going sideways. That Wudan fighter's about to do something insane. Like, this is a crazy scenario. Do it. Yeah, you can definitely use weapons. Do it. +5/+1. It's +5/+1. So 6 or 3, yeah. Oh, does it? Yeah. Do it. Okay. Okay, so Trained by Ragnar, that's one thing you've used. You take that knife and you go and you begin throwing it. And as you go throwing it, you realize it's going to miss. You haven't thrown it hard enough. And you see him turn. And he begins shaking and shuddering with his movements. He rolled a 9. No, you're either going to miss or you're going to add some other fate point to it with some other aspect. If you want to spend a fate point, you can compel something to give him a bonus of 2. Ooh, okay. All that shit's per round. All your abilities are per round. You can spend points per round on all of them. And each next round you can do it again. And each round you can do it again. Which will bring you to 9. Now you're even with them. How are you using that? What is the thing you're doing that's going to... Yeah, absolutely. You can give him a plus. You can give him a -2, but what are you doing that gives him a -2? Yes. How? Yeah? Say that again? Yeah. I will allow you to do something if you are the origin of it. I would allow you to do something because it's creative. If you have some random way that you can originate something that doesn't seriously impede on your turn, I will absolutely allow it. Okay. Assuming you beat a 5 on conviction, I will allow it. Conviction's pretty good for you, so assuming no other bonuses to it, just a straight conviction roll. You got to beat a 5. What's that? So you've been lowered. You now surpass. That thing's going to hit him. So Jack Sloan, with his mind split into different parts, one part goes, no, that can't happen, and like causes a mist to come up using his air abilities into the fizzing to try and go out of your path because he's trying to move. He does that and it distracts him for just a second as you throw the knife and it hits him. Right? That's a 2. That goes up to a 3 stress for him. That hits him. The knife blade flying through the air hits him and catches him in the side of the head, right through at an angle. The blade goes through and he turns and looks at you with the blade still in his head. Nope. All right. He looks really fucking pissed that you did that. All right, Bob. What is Jean-Paul doing? What? It's true. So we've marked off our fate. Oh, that was a free one. You did a free one. You did... no, you would have spent that. The Stored in Darkness is a spent point, Jordan. Yeah. You spent a point, made the rolls, and made it happen. Yeah, it's up and on him, for sure. It's on the floor. It smells in the room. This smells like being in a gasoline engine. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're in a room. If this room, you are all conscious that if this room has a spark, you're all burning to death. Yeah. Yeah. You want a pistol whip a fool? Okay. All right. Okay. That's a -1 plus 4. That's he's got a 3. All right. I know what he's got. Give me a roll for your attack. Okay. Okay. You're spending a fate point? Okay. You grab the pike and you pull it and just right into the bottom of his jaw, just so much that you're just driving it in to stop the sparks from filling the room. You want those sparks coming out his fucking eyes. Just not at all, really. Just not at all. You just want to make sure this is the end for this fucker. He rolled. He's got a +5 to fighting. I just want you to know that. And then he rolled a -2, so he got a 3. So, yeah. So that bullet is rattling around in his head. I'm gonna just cross him off right now. He slumps to the ground. Okay. So well, that's a glorious move, Bob. That's fucking hardcore glorious. Leo, it's your turn. You feel the sense of your very essence, your chi being dragged out of you. You can do all your regular moves now. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. Every round you can use them. If you've got a reason to use them, you say what your reason is. I say, yeah, that's good, and we go from there. Yeah, you've got the ones that refresh, and you've got the ones that get used. So you start with the ones that you're given. Those get eaten first, and then you eat into your refresh runs after that. Are you spending? I have the Green Destiny. Is this starting with a +4 plus your weapons? So that's a 7. Okay. You got a total of 3, or what'd you 10? Nice. He's going to use a fate point. He's going to use a fate point for a reroll. Well, that's not much better. Yeah, he can do that. He's using Thing in the Basement, and he's re-rolling with a fate point, so that's 1 used. That takes him from a -4 to a -2. Fate points can either re-roll, or fate points can get you a +2. Those are your options. 1 second. I've got to contend with an... 1 second. So, 8, -2. That brings me to 6. What did you roll? 11? 11? So he's at 6. What do I have? Oh, I should just use domination on you. No, I can't yet. Never mind. Fuck, I'll let it go. Okay. At least it's... Okay, so... 6... to 10, that's only 2 shifts. Okay, so that's 4. That's 4. That puts that in the 4 spot. No. I rolled the -2. If I'd rolled a 0, I would have said yes. But in this case, this is what's going on is very fast in front of you. It's hard to see where they're even standing, right? These two, the way they're moving it's something else, right? So he's going to take the 4 damage, and this time where are you swinging at him? You go at his jugular, and your sword catches his neck and part of his jaw, and his jaw drops, and no blood comes out. Yeah. All right. Jordan, what are you doing? Excuse me as I drink some Fireball whiskey. It's a stone room and a wood and paper building. It's traditional Chinese design, dude. Yeah. Yes. His feet are. Okay. Oh, we can do this. I'm just testing the audio. I don't even know if we're actually recording you guys. It doesn't show desktop audio. Mm-hmm. His feet are 100% frozen to the ground. Yep. He's you're freezing ethanol, and ethanol doesn't really freeze unless you get like really cold. I'm trying to think of the basic science of it in the fantasy game where we're using magic. I'm gonna say it's frozen. Yeah, it's frozen. All right, that's your move? I would say aspect frozen in spot is there. Frozen in place. Yeah, he can't really move, per se. Not yet, anyway. All right. That's Jordan's turn. Wudan guy is dead. So now it's the vampire's turn. He's going to attempt to continue to chi drain. Nope. Dominate. He's going to try and dominate Leo. Or Alfred. Plus 2. You got to beat a 10 to not be dominated. Well, it gives him resistance on discipline. Plus 3 if he has 0. Which he does have 0, last I checked. What's your I don't know. Did he take any points in discipline? No. So he's got a plus 3 from the necklace. So you'd be 4 plus 3 and then fate points, right? He could use every aspect if he has enough fate points. You're going to take it? All right. All right. So now you'd be rolling straight against suggestion. So when he suggests you to do things, you have to roll just flat with no bonus, or you do on his turn what he suggests to the best of your ability. Right? And with that straight roll, if you beat a 4, you can resist it. That's the beat. Well, plus, yeah. He's just got to. It's got to be all of his will. It's got to be a 4, or it's got to be all of his will, or else he does it. He's been dominated. It's 3. Sorry, a 3. He's got to beat a 3 with a 4, right? So, and he can use aspects. He can still use all the same stuff he would normally. He's still him, right? But he's been dominated, right? Yeah, he's suggestible at this point, right? Just like the Wudan fighter was. So that's where we're at now. Leo, compromised. Fantastic. That's his turn. Brandon, what does Volus do? But you get to choose, Leo, how you do it. I'm not taking control of your character. You get to decide how you fuck up everybody. Okay. Yep. His jaw has been severed. His nose has been spliced. His feet are frozen to the ground. He's in bad position, but he's taken over the monk. No, he's taken over the living body of the Green Destiny. Yeah. And it's Volus' turn. Not you, Alfred. Yeah. Yeah. He got overpowered. It's a powerful creature. Jean-Paul killed that guy. Shot him in the head. Do you want to be holding it, Jean-Paul? Okay. You are 20 feet away from him. Yeah, you could grab and chuck it. So he'd be 2, it'd be 6. So 6, okay. Okay, what are you doing? So you've matched him. $12? Okay, you beat him by 4. And you can mark off your fate points that you spent there. So that sounds like 2 fate points spent. All right. You can use as many fate points as you can conceivably use, assuming you're not using the same thing twice. Yeah. Yeah, you're down to the short and curlies fighting these people. Yeah. Yeah. So you've used all the one. So you're down to your regular refresh. So you use all the ones. You start by using the ones you've gotten, and once you've used the ones you've gotten, you get down to your refresh ones. Yeah. You don't start with you don't start with your daily refresh. You start with the ones you got per session. Yeah. So of the eight, you've used six. Yeah. The whole thing is it goes you start you yeah you start you yeah so the ones you get used first, right? And then your refresh, you start eating into your daily refresh because that's literally like for Dresden for the monsters, the refresh is literally a representation of your soul, your force of will, right? So you're using your extra first, and then it gets down to those. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're all new at this, and yet again, like I've played a game. I played for a while, but I've never been the GM, so we're all yeah. All right, and so where were we? We were on Brandon's turn. Yes, you threw a harpoon. You had to beat a 8. You went to 12. So that's also on top of that a shift, and the harpoon goes through him. That's a 4 that gets knocked up to 5, and he dies. He straight up dies. That's it. He's pinned through. It goes right through him and into the back wall, and he just drops. Yes. The lantern that you so as the spear goes through him into the back wall, it causes a lit lantern to begin shaking. Mm-hmm. What last goal? Yeah. Also, Leo, roll me a conviction or a discipline, whatever you can. 7? Nice. You feel the last vestiges of the mind of this creature exit out of you, and you feel drained still. You feel like he's done something quite intense to you. But cue the Final Fantasy victory music. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Oh, oh, roll me an inhuman speed. We gotta beat a 5 or this room's going up. Roll me whatever you got, baby. 5 or this room goes up. roll me. Just roll me a 5 or this room goes up. You rolled a 6? The lantern falls. What are you doing to stop it? Yeah. You got a 5? That's what you got to get. Which aspect are you invoking with the fate point? Oh, you just get a Storage of Darkness? Perfect. Perfect. So you zip over, you're on there and you grab it, and you're just like, oh my god. Ben le, the tabernacle estime en Dieu. Alright, guys. Congratulations. You got attacked, your chi drained, your mind entered. You had the room filled with ethanol, flammable fluids. You had no sword, yet you used what was available. You had your guns, even though you killed the people you needed to kill. You fought the fight you need to fight, and you fucking did it, guys. You did it. Boom. Hey. Hardcore good hustle. We'll pick this up next week, guys. Cheers. No? So we'll play. Yeah. Yeah. Bonsoir. Yeah. That was fucking intense, dude. I was like, this guy's got abilities. What do I have? I have supernatural recovery, domination, emotional drain, feeding, ghost speaker. I could have brought back the Wudan fighter. Living death, cloak of shadows, the sight. Like, I also have chi drain. Like, there's shit he could. Like, it's fucking awesome. These guys, the Jade Court, are fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, alphabet of manliness, nice. Well, we're reciting a haiku. You want to recite that haiku before I stop recording? Yeah. All right. Well, that was awesome. You guys killed it, man. That was awesome.